This one. Okay, hello and welcome to 108 Days of Internal Alchemy with me, Sara. What I'm doing here is that I am going through a somatic practice together with you. So I'm doing this for myself first because it will benefit me to do 108 Days of Internal Alchemy. I'm here to open up my spine. I'm here to open up my belly. I'm here to open up my hips. I'm here to open up my body and to become ultra healthy. That's I want to become myself. I want to have life force. I want to have energy. I want to be happy. And in order to do that, I want to move anything that doesn't belong out of my system in terms of old experiences, old energies. And I'm happy to say that it's working. So today, this is a living transmission because I'm moving. It's working. It's happening. I'm definitely moving through stuff. And I honestly feel like absolute dog crap today. And that's why I wanted to do a live transmission and to talk about and just allow myself to speak from this state, because we are empathic beings. We speak through silent communication. We speak through the nervous system. We speak through the connection, through the interconnected web of the fascia. We speak through invisible energy, but we can feel it. And this transmission is just that. There's teachings, but there's also a transmission from my body to yours because I'm not just talking about it, I am doing it. So this is part of the experiment, that I do this for 108 days and I transmit that energy out to the universe and allow people to ride on that energy. Because when your body see my body and feel my body work through different states, that is how that body understands, oh, I can do the same. So it's not only a watch and learn and do, it's an actual transmission. So as I'm moving through deep stuff, your body understands, oh, I can do this too. So don't be here if you don't want to move your stuff. Okay. So I'm accessing, let's move a little bit first. Okay, fingertips together. So I'm going to do very gently. I started to do gently yesterday as well, because I want to show you that you don't push through when the body is telling you not to. So today is going to be me talking about what I do, how I do it, and just allow this to come through. And I feel like, so, okay, when the energy starts to move, and that's when it starts to be uncomfortable, and it can be really uncomfortable. I think you can see that I can't even look sharp because it's energy moving here. So my eyes is just like dropping like this. It's like I'm tired, but I'm not tired. It's a nervous system response and it's connected to the eyes. I'm also having, okay, so what's happening, I started talking yesterday. So you move and I talk. We're on day 38 now. So you need to take a little bit responsibility for yourself. When I'm down, you go. When you go, it's like we take turns. So what's happening is that I'm able to access a state in my body. And my parents have told me that I started to shut down when I was 6. And I have memories from being, when children are just walking with their head down, just slowly, and just, they're just wandering. That's when they are starting to become a little bit internalized. So I went inward. So in my human design, I'm a sacral generator 2-4 line. So I have a hermit state that is that's part of my energetic setup. So what I'm sensing is that I started to go into that hermit state as the body started to shut down. And I was very, very quiet for many years. And then when I was 14, I went on a language school trip. And then that's when I became tough. So I did an absolute change over summer and decided to be someone else. And I started to channel the anger and the frustration that I had in my body out to the world. That's also when I started becoming more masculine, tough, tattoos, gangster. This is not really me, but it's what it's what I turned to because of my circumstances. Okay, now, so just me speaking to this is open up so much. Okay, so the point of these 108 days is for me to move through this, because I am determined that I don't want to be held back by any of this anymore. So I knew that if I do 108 days of internal alchemy online, facing my, biggest blockages of, I'm not a somatic practitioner. This is my practice. I work with alchemy and energy. I help people unlock fully. But it's been my husband that has been the somatic practitioner. I'm just trained in everything. I never taught. There's not, blah, blah, blah. See, nervousness and, so I'm showcasing what I'm doing because I want to have a proper transmission. So I'm a student of my own teachings live on YouTube because it's uncomfortable, because it will force my system to normalize, because I know I'm made to be like a public speaker and host workshops all over the world. And, I'm just made for this. I know that in my heart, but the circumstances of my life has put me in a position where I don't feel comfortable with it. So I have to move through my own limitations. And this is the way that God wants me to do it, because apparently I'm good at this. So here we are, me moving through my own stuff on camera. And as I do it, I feel better because I'm facing my fears. So the difference here between what I've been doing previously with this emotion is to avoid it. So the toughness and the anger was the way that my 14-year-old, that's just what happened. So I don't look at that with any regret. I don't look at that as I did anything wrong. I used to do that, but that's just not available for me anymore. So me just talking about it and moving is moving the energy. So what's happening now is that I'm opening up the hips. I'm releasing a lot of fear around the bladder. So when I release pressure in one place, so I've been releasing a lot of pressure in the front, that means that this whole area will start to adjust when that pressure is gone. So as the pressure starts to move, everything else opens up, and that hurts. That feels very uncomfortable. I feel so sensitive in my body that it's like I have cold shivers and I'm hot. I'm accessing the state from the 6-year-old and I'm accessing my power at the same time because I'm not falling into. So this process forces me to not go into my old patterns. And that is exactly why I'm doing this. And that is exactly why I'm giving it to you. So you can, for 108 days, face yourself. Because that is the liberation. That is that what we don't feel, we cannot heal. So I'm accessing, so I used to have a lot of eating. I don't want to say disorder, because it's not a disorder. It's a reaction of, it's a survival pattern. It's a survival pattern. It's a control pattern. You see, I'm moving energy because I'm facing myself. So this is where yesterday's session is so grand for me, because my intention is that every session is a prayer. Every session is a prayer. Every session is a offering. Every session is gratitude. Every session is receiving, prayer. And because my intention is so strong, and because I'm continually showing up, my body is responding by releasing the pressure. So I'm able to, so after I started shut down, that's also when I stopped eating. And that's when I, in my head, that was a couple of years later, that I was anorectic. So what I know now that it was a shutdown and a survival pattern, and I've been accessing that the last couple of days, and I've been eating less. But I've been facing myself and moving through the energy, so the energy doesn't stick. So the energy starts to move because I change my habits and my patterns and my behaviors and how I meet the energy in my body. I meet it by moving it and looking at it. And when I move it and look at it, it starts to move. And that's when it starts to become uncomfortable, because then I access the freeze state from the past. And this is where, time is not linear. This is where, things start to become interesting. And I have been allowing myself to kind of become her, because I've been alone all weekend. So it triggers also my abandonment. So this is advanced work. But I feel the world needs to know what advanced work looks like. We need to show what it looks like to move through things from the past, because this is when people stop, because it becomes very uncomfortable. And this is why I keep saying that if you need support, go seek support, because this activates real events from the past. So be very careful with that's why I had one session that was only about what is your support network? What do you do when things start to come up? So that's why I want you to start from the beginning, because it's a gradual process, and I teach you things and I tell you things that you need to be aware of, because I don't have control over how you feel and what you do. So you need to take care of yourself. So you can work with me if you feel like I'm a good match, but that's not the point. You just need someone or something to hold you as we are going deeper. On that note, we're going to start with props. We're going to use a staff. This is an old broom shaft. Shaft is not the word. That's something else. However, I want to showcase, you don't need to have a fancy thing. In my group, some of the women used just a branch from their husbands helped them create something. But you can have anything. So this is what we're going to use. This is about 110 long. So 110, 120. I don't want to use it too long, because we're going to use it when we stand up and we're going to play with it. And this is a co-creator. So we need a little bit of structure, and we need something to hold on to when the wind is blowing. So this process will get your winds blowing. And that's even a saying, because you have winds in traditional Chinese medicine. So it's like you want to activate the winds to clear. Okay, so good that I told you that you are in charge of your own movement today. And that's good, because I'm not here to tell you what to do. I'm here to set you free. I'm here to give you principles that you can adapt to yourself, because no one does things the same way. No one opens up their body the exact same way. I'm just saying, move the spine, activate the root lock, do the breath of life. You could even sit and do just the breath of life with me for 30 minutes, and that will help, because I've taught you to add the breath and to add the fascia. Okay, do 10 breaths of life. I'm just going to open the door for Lucky. I'm live. She wants to play. I had the door locked, so now she's upset. Yes. You have to wait a little, about 15 minutes. Okay. So as I'm accessing, I'm accessing the main first impact that I had in my life at the age of 6 when I was shutting down. And then I'm also accessing how my body tried to take control through the food. Later on, I started overeating because I got so skinny, and I started to get comments, and I realized I can't stay like this. This is not good. So I started to seek help, but they misunderstood me. I realized I was not doing well, and that I was getting too skinny, and they were like, "Oh, you think you're too fat?" And I'm like, "No, that's not what I'm saying." And so now I'm accessing all of these states at the same time: the appetite, the starvation, and the freeze response. And this is causing a little bit of mayhem in the body. And that's why I want to speak to it directly. And that's why you move, I speak, as I'm guiding myself through this phase. So there's so much energy moving in the belly. I'm experiencing headaches, very, very sensitive, and I allow this. So when I'm in this state, as I'm alchemizing, so we have the alchemizing state, and then we have like the normal state, because the alchemization is an intention. So I use my intention to stay in this state. That is why I'm speaking from it. I'm allowing my body to be here, even though it's uncomfortable. So I touch the belly. I touch the spaces that is sore, that are asking for, it's almost like they are asking for love and compassion and understanding. So I'm holding the space for myself as I'm allowing myself to go into the darkness, or go into the feeling, go into the uncomfortable, go into the shadow. And from that state, that is where I start to move. So now I'm manifesting from this space, and I'm manifesting myself out of here. So I have done about 10 years of deep nervous system work. I've done such deep nervous system work. So this is real stuff. This is when your bats start to fly out of the cave, and that's what we want. But if we do that too quickly, or too deep and too quick at the same time, things are going to come up. That's what we want. That's why I'm support. In any shape or form, you choose. She's staring at me. You're not making this any easier. She can hear me, so now she goes up. I'll be there. So this is what I mean. We're just normal people moving through, the hardships of life, and we're left alone to our own devices. We don't understand that beyond this heaviness and this uncomfortableness, because the body is having physical reactions. So the emotions that is moving through the fascia and the nervous system, when it leaves the body, it goes through the physical body. It's very uncomfortable. It's like I have soda going through my spine it's like the Kundalini energy. I can feel it going through my spine. It's like one is cold and one is hot, and now the cold one is stronger. So I know that I'm moving toxins out of the system. I know I'm releasing. So the body is going through waves of these. It's like cold sweat. I'm opening up my chest, and I'm also opening up this part. So now everything starts to open up at once, because the left shoulder is connected to the right hip and vice versa. So when we start to move, the spine and everything starts to travel. And I'm accessing the deepest part of me, because I've been clearing out things over time. But I feel that the world is ready, people are ready, because I know that people are ready to face themselves, and that people are like me, that I would rather, much rather, have a short-term challenge or feel a bit worse short-term in order to have longevity and life force long-term. So I started when I was 40. I came to Thailand when I was 39. And I don't want to tell you that it's going to take this long for you, because I had to figure things out. It's very different to learn from someone who is here, that's done the work that I've done, and me 8-9 years ago, when I was completely westernized. I just had a very strong sensation in my body that this is not real. So it's not going to take you that long. The times are different. Everything is changing. People are moving so fast now. And that's why I feel like this information has to be free, because you do what you want with it. Just make sure you take care of yourself in the process, because the feelings are real, and you might have been through real stuff like I have. So take care of yourself in the process. I really want, and that is how you get out. It's to give yourself nurture, to give yourself support. That is how you also stabilize yourself, because there's part of us that believe that we are abandoned. So that was my feeling. I was abandoned, and then I just went deep inside and just hid in there. And it's taken me, I'm almost 50. But I'm getting younger in the process. So, okay, let's move. So I want to showcase how being vulnerable and sharing yourself to someone helps. So I heal myself. This is my healing. I do this and I allow myself to be seen. And because I have not many people that I feel can hold me at the level I am at the moment, I have to figure out things by myself. So I don't want to be dependent on others. So I create my own independency, and I use this medium as my well. And then I also offer a well in the Telegram group where you can come and be seen and heard. So it's this circulation of energy all the time. This is the multidimensional alchemy process. And this is abundance energy. This is money energy. So money has nothing to do with the physical thing that you pay with. It's an energy, and it's a representation of another energy that is in the universe. If you focus on the money, you're focusing on the wrong thing. You got to focus on the process that is available of abundance in the whole universe. But if we're obsessed with a material thing, no. I'm not here to talk about money right now, but I want to make the connection. Okay, so today you move and I talk. Today you move and I move through myself. So today you kind of hold space for me. And this is how you hold space for yourself. So you can visualize that I'm the representation of the child in you. So you show up here and you're like, oh, I'm going to have a session with Sara. And now I'm saying, you take care of yourself and I'm going to focus on myself. And you go, wait, what? I'm shifting the dynamics. And all of a sudden you have to kind of take a little bit more care of yourself during this session. Maybe that has triggered you. Let's find out. Grab your notebook. This session triggered me by. I mean, it can trigger something positive too. So, triggers are just, a trigger is a thing. It's something that you do. It's something that happens. It's not a result. A trigger is not good or bad. It's triggering something. But we just feel that it triggers bad. Time is running out. Okay, finalize the sentence. And you can treat me like I'm the unruly child that all of a sudden just shows up, and you have to be prepared when that happens in yourself. And when that happens, you treat that exactly as you treat me today. You just go into your body and you just watch. Because today you just watched me. You just observed me as you moved. And that is exactly how you treat the emotion. You move and you watch the emotion move by itself. So it's the movement and the space holding is that I move, I watch, and I understand that is her and this is me. So this is me and that is you. But when the past comes and knock on the door, you treat it like, oh, there's you again. Okay, I move while you are here and I just observe what you are doing. Okay. This was an interesting session, but my instinct, my intuition was right that I was feeling very bad, and coming here and being fully vulnerable and transparent about it shifted something, because it's about coming out of your own cage. And we're going to talk about this because the mind creates a cage that is very difficult to get out of. And it builds rules and ideas and about how the world works and how I work in the relationship to the world. And that comes from a position that is not, it comes from a trauma response. And I don't want to operate from that. So that's why I'm deliberately moving myself into this position. And from the freeze position, I seek help. I allow myself to be seen. I move, I process, I alchemize, I look at it, I express, I feel, I burp, I yawn, I cry, I feel. And the body might temporarily stiff up because it's the contraction. So that's why I felt so contracted. And that's where the slow movements helps. Slow movements in this environment helps. Okay, I want to know how this session affected you. Let me know in the Telegram group or in the comments below. Like and subscribe if you like my work. That would help me a lot, and I get super happy. And yeah, that's how the social media life works. So all my energy just sinking, and I feel free again. So thank you for that. I really appreciate it. And this is why I say it's always a co-creation. I'm a living being. I'm here to explore my human potential. I'm here to set myself 100% free, physical, emotionally, spiritually, energetically. And that is my intention for you too. So I love you. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.